Well, hello again. It's Jay, but you already know that. Today is the 17th, but yesterday was the 16th of June 2026, and I'm going to catch up on a video that needed to be created because it was an important one. Yesterday, I got my port put in my chest, and let's talk about that. Tracy took me to the hospital. I had to have a person take me because they gave me a couple of different types of sedatives. Fentanyl, I think, was one of them, and there was some other one. And that was part of the drugs that when they're doing the surgery that they put me under, and they didn't want me driving home. That was that. So she had to come down there with me, and we were at the hospital from, 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't think we get out of there until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, let's see if I can recount this stuff. First of all, I was on drugs. That makes it harder to remember stuff a day later. And second of all, when it's not fresh in your mind, it is a day later, and so much drama is going on in so many different directions right now that, it's crazy. But I'm going to take you there. Got to the hospital. They cleaned the wound. There was no wound yet. They cleaned my chest. Then they shaved my chest. I told them, I hope that makes it grow thicker. Because when I was a kid, and I told them that story too, it's like when I was a kid, I used to shave my chest in hopes that it would grow a little bit thicker. And I think it worked because I got a little more hairy on my chest than any of my other brothers do. So, you guys, my brothers that are watching this, you can take me to task on that if you want, but that's my observation. And I'm no gorilla, believe me, but I'm pretty happy with having a little bit extra anyway. So, but that's another story. So she shaves my chest and puts some electrodes on me. They're like buttons, they're buttons with a sticky paper. It's like a button on your jacket with sticky something on the other side, and it's got metal behind the sticky and a button in front of the sticky, and then she attaches electrodes to it. There was I must have been, I think, a half a dozen on my stomach, on my abdomen, chest, wherever, all kinds of different areas. And then she stuck a needle in my arm to put a catheter in so she could draw blood and leave the catheter in for later. Getting used to those. And then I guess it was some kind of a machine. I don't know if it was an EKG or it was something else. Tracy was there, and it was getting the numbers. All of my numbers were being brought in pretty quickly. They sent out for my blood test right away. The blood test came back while we were sitting there, oddly enough, and the electrical impulses, heart rate, pulse, finger pulse, all my statistics were provided while we were sitting there. She reviewed them, the nurse did, decided they were all good. Tracy looked at them and said they were really great. My heartbeat was in the 60s, which is like an athlete. And I don't take anything for that. That's just my natural heartbeat. And anyway, pulse, all my blood levels that you measured, it's in the green zone. So there was nothing outside the green zone. So it made me feel really, really good about my overall health as I was sitting there. And then they took me upstairs. After that, I was in the waiting room for like an hour. It was a really long time in that room with Tracy. We just shot the breeze. She had a cup of coffee. I wasn't allowed to drink anything. And I couldn't have any food or drink that morning. I could have water up till about 3 hours before the event or something like that. But that was it. So then we go upstairs, and they put me on a gurney, and they've got me. I've got no clothes on except for my underwear. They dressed me in a gown, and because it's surgery and sterile, and you can't have anything. In fact, they were gifting me my underwear. Evidently, that was normally a thing they don't even allow. Wow, that's a good view.
You're just gonna Yeah. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Have a great day. You too.
Just a holding room for a few minutes.
All right, I'll just be waiting here.
Yeah. The doctor will come and explain everything to you.
You want to be in the video?
I don't mind.
No. All right, what's your name again?
Brian.
Brian, thank you for the ride, brother.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
All right. You take care.
Yeah. We get up to the surgery floor, you know, and I'm videoing as we're walking, as we're rolling along down the corridor, which was kind of funny. I don't think anybody knew most of the time that I was videoing, but, you know, I'm looking at my feet and we're going through this door, we're going into that elevator. You know, we see these kinds of things happen in hospitals. I have before, but I've never had a front row seat, and much less been able to provide other people a front row seat. If you lay horizontal while you watch this particular video, you might feel like you're going for the right yourself. So we get up to the operating room, and you know, I go in, and there's a bunch of nurses in there, 2 or 3 nurses, and a doctor was coming and going. I could see another doctor off in the distance. So there was quite a few people in that room that apparently had to do with putting this port in. I saw a lot of utensils that looked like they were probably for surgery on the right on a bench.
Do you want a better angle?
So this stuff over here is for my surgery?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sure,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah, I'll do kind of a survey.
Thank you.
You can feel free to voice over my own voice.
Oh, no, you narrate it. You narrate it. It's all right. It's interesting.
All right, there we go.
Thank you. And let me know if I can include you two or not.
I would prefer not to be.
You prefer not to be you?
You can skip me.
Oh.
Yeah.
You sure? All right. Okay, all right.
I'm camera shy.
All right. And I asked a lady, I says, hey, do you think it would be possible? I have a YouTube video and a YouTube channel, and I would really like to I don't need this, by the way. I would really like to be able to get this. Would you mind if I kept my camera and made some videos? And they're like, I don't know, I don't know. And somebody, one of them said, well, as long as you don't get any patient data, we could probably work with this. And then, they asked me where I was from because I could tell I had an accent. I told them Lowell. They asked me about team sports in Massachusetts because they thought I was probably, one of those big Red Sox fans and all that. I told them I never watched this stuff. I watch cage fighting and boxing, maybe a little tennis or something. Single person sports were my thing. And but so we started to establish a rapport. And when I showed them the channel, and they got to see that, the moment they got to see that it was a channel and it was legit, they seemed to relax the guard and look for ways to try and help me do this. And so then going into the experience, one of the nurses said that she would take my camera and she would take some pictures or videos while I was going through my procedure, but she couldn't take pictures of me while I was getting the slice and dice done, but she could take other pictures that would be of value to me. I said, hey, I'll take whatever you can give me. A video. She said she'd get a video of them putting a catheter in my chest, or at least of it in my chest. And I thought, well, that'd be pretty cool if it's live, if my heart's beating, if it's in my chest. So.
Oh, with the medications, yeah. That's what I'm watching.
That's So the port goes in first, and then you start the threading process.
Yeah, the port is under the skin already. We're just getting ready to put it into the vessel now. Now here's the thing, since the wire is not below the diaphragm, you gotta be careful if this goes in too far to get that leak. So if your wire isn't below the diaphragm, you set the wire for preparation, bring this diagram.
Pushing something in there.
Yep.
And you're watching on the screen to see where it's going.
Yep. Should be good. He's fairly tall, but if you have a short person and the wires is moving up here like this.
I love that stuff. I love being able to capture these rare moments of being in, because I know 99 and 9/10% of the humanity is not going to have the gumption. They're going to be, they're just not going to say anything. They're not going to want to take control of a camera and video and try to move this thing along. But yet I know it's the only way it's going to happen. There's no other way that this is going to happen. It's not a magic show where all of a sudden I get out and somebody's created a video for me. So I have to push the envelope, and it was all said and done. I got along with everybody. I took videos of the nurse that helped me at the beginning. Okay, so this is Ashley. See, and I got the name right this time.
Perfect.
Ashley is a nurse that took care of me when I first came in here. She's the one who found the vein the very first time, and I'm very grateful for that, so it caused me less pain. And she's sweet and knowledgeable, and I'm grateful for you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And this time I remembered to press the record button.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right.
Yep.
Okay, I want to introduce Hannah. Hannah is the last person that I'm going to see at the hospital that's taking care of me. She's my nurse and has taken out my IV, and she's got a smiling face, perfect disposition, interactive, caring, everything a patient would want in a nurse. So thank you very much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
How long have you been doing this?
15 years.
Oh, well, you've got a lot of experience. Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate so many people. You just feel like another number, another person, and that kind of stuff. And you bring heart to the game, and I can feel that. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
The two nurses, the nurses upstairs, another fella who I think he was an orderly, initially hesitant to let me take his picture. So I got a lot of content while I was there.
You want me to just close it?
Yep. All right, and then I get that sign right there. All right, beautiful. And then going home. This may be the only video that's been taken on the gurney.
And more Williams needles, the back stock of those.
Take the elevator down to one floor and then you'll turn left.
I even got the picture of me waving at myself in the mirror. The bonus shot. I'm gonna make you famous. Oh, yeah. There you are. I need to get you. Give me your name.
Lydia.
Lydia?
Yes.
All right. Lydia what?
Hadissa.
All right.
Yeah.
She was my nurse. She checked me in the beginning of the whole thing.
I know, you're making
Thank
everyone
you.
famous.
Thank you. jlapour.com. Check it out. Thank you very much. There you go. I got you on video now.
Sounds good.
Thank you. My doctor, one of my two doctors. Okay, now I gotta keep this low because I don't want any patients. Okay, I'm back in the room. There's nobody in here right now. My wonderful nurse is going to get me a cup of coffee. And this is where I started. This is where it ended. I have not looked at the port yet.
This is me hooked up to the bed. I imagine if I lift this gurney down, I'm gonna see. So it's underneath there. They got it sealed up right now, so I won't be able to show you that right away. We got to let that thing heal up before I can show it. But got a nice shower curtain along for the ride. Not bad. I feel good. But I've got a piece of plastic tubing from that into my heart, into the I forget which vein it is, a major vein. It's like a jugular type vein. And it goes through that down into the heart. And I'll explain the details about why that's necessary later.
And in the end, they put this port on me. I don't know if you probably can't see it in the video. Oh, there, you can see it. So these are, the port is down here. I got it under wraps right now. You see right there. So it's got this cellophane wrapper. It's kind of like that wrap you wrap food in, the clear wrap. I forget what you call it. But that's really clear tape that they adhere that thing down. I don't even know what the top one is. I know what the bottom one is. Definitely my port. I can feel the bump. But they've evidently had to make an incision up there as well. And there was a little bit of pain last night when I tried to sleep. Today, it's fine. I can tell it's there if I pull or twist too much. But I can walk around fine. I walked to breakfast this morning from my store. I feel good. Now that it's done and it's behind me, I'm glad it's there, and it will help me get my treatments a lot more easily. I'll give you some of what's going on there. So the port is it's above my nipple and in a little bit towards my breastbone. Maybe about 3 inches above my nipple and in towards the breastbone. I'll give you a full shot on that when the time comes, a couple, 3 days from now when I take the tape off. And I know you'll be looking forward to that. And then there's a long tube that goes around and into my jugular vein, and then eventually into my atrium in the heart. So it's actually in my heart as I speak. And it sits there, and I guess the atrium is where the blood returns. It has to be, otherwise you'd be throwing blood up in it. And in that there's so much turbidity, you don't think about that, but there's so much motion and pressure that blood it's a thick place. It's moving through it very quickly, and the idea is that the chemo, once injected into this port, will get caught up in that, torrential flushing and go through the system in a much more natural way, in a much more efficient way than if that thing were just plugged into if they did me via IV, day after day or week after week. It might eventually collapse the vein or be toxic to the vein, make it hard to find a vein. Let's face it, your veins aren't going to like that stuff. And I'm thinking, well, geez, how's my heart going to like that when a bunch of frickin' chemo drugs come shooting down along with the blood? And I say, am I going to have a heart attack the first time that happens? But those in the know say no, it's the best possible scenario. So, buttoned me up, sent me home. I felt nice and drugged. While I was drugged on the table, I was talking back and forth with the nurses. I was telling them, are you slicing it right now? Because I could feel the pressure, and they were talking to me saying, yeah, we are. And I said, are you putting we're feeding the tube to my heart right now? Because I could feel something there. And they concurred, that is what was happening. I think I cracked a few jokes here and there, which they're probably used to, people that are loose, in a loose state like that. And when it was all said and done, I asked them if they would send me a group picture of all the nurses and doctor, but I don't know if they ever will or not, but I asked them for it. And we headed home.